In the UK, people pay income tax and national insurance based on how much they earn. Every individual is entitled to an annual personal allowance and a lower earning threshold. If a person earns less than the personal allowance, they pay no income tax. If a person earns more than the allowance, they only pay income tax on the earnings above that allowance. Different groups of people have different personal allowances. For example, over 65s, over 75s, or people who have company cars. If a person earns less than the lower earning threshold, they pay no national insurance. If a person earns more than the lower earning threshold, they only pay national insurance on the earnings above that threshold. These allowances and the rates of tax are set each year on the 6th of April. Higher earners have different rates of income tax and national insurance for any earnings above a set threshold. This calculation only shows how to work out basic income tax and national insurance for earnings below the higher threshold. How to calculate basic income tax. Phil works as a mechanic and is paid £400 per week before tax is deducted. Phil is entitled to his annual personal allowance of £9,440. His weekly personal allowance is 9,440 divided by 52, equaling £181.54. This means he can earn £181.54 per week before he pays tax. He will pay tax on the rest, which is £400 minus £181.54, equaling £218.46. This is called his taxable pay. If the basic rate of income tax is 20%, then he will pay 20% of £218.46. £218.46 divided by 100 times 20 equals 43.692, which rounds to £43.69. So each week Phil will pay £43.69 tax, and it will be deducted from his wage. How to calculate national insurance. This is similar to how the income tax is calculated. Phil earns £400 per week and is entitled to an annual lower earning threshold of £7,748, so he can earn 7,748 divided by 52, which is £149 per week before he pays national insurance. So he will pay national insurance on the rest, which is 400 minus 149, equaling £251. If the national insurance rate is 12%, then he will pay 12% of £251 in national insurance. So let's work that out. 251.00 divided by 100 times 12 equals £30.12. Therefore, Phil will pay £30.12 per week national insurance, and it will be deducted from his wage. Phil's take-home pay, which is known as his net pay, will be £400 minus £43.69 income tax, minus £30.12 national insurance, which is £326.19.